Hi everyone. Good evening and a very warm welcome to the class. I can see Pari's here, Vignesh. Vignesh is saying hi to everyone out there. Hey Sheetal, Manasvi, how are you all doing? Good to have you. Good morning, Manasvi saying good morning. Good evening, Manasvi. I think you've just had your power nap, you've just got up. Hey Gracie. Good evening, all of you. Yes, Manasvi, much better. Hey, Pari. So, today it's going to be a really important class. Today, we'll be solving exemplar questions. I think this book is actually really wonderful. It has all the HOTS questions, it has MCQ questions, application based questions, observation based questions. I mean, there is a variety of questions, diverse variety of questions that are there. Do you agree with me? Good evening, Sheetal. Yes, Sonam. Hey, Super Science. Hey, Sunny. Correct. Yes, and to score really well, you need to practice all these twisted questions as well. If you're able to solve questions from exemplar, trust me, that means your preparation is on point. I can see that. Arush completely agrees. Good. Yes, we've picked up the most important questions, and towards the end of the session, you will feel super confident about this chapter. Yeah, that's the order, right? We start with the NCRT, then we cover NCRT questions, we cover the exemplar questions. Good evening, all of you. Yes. Hey, Gishita, Poonam, Sunil, Rekha. All right, I can see slowly the kids are joining in. So, meanwhile, for the ones who are already here, how many of you have actually downloaded the app? How many of you have actually explored Byju's classes? Let's see. Let's talk about this a bit more. Hey, Bhumi, it's going really well. Thank you. Yes, Vignesh, Joshika, Beauty Kumari, Drupad. What I have observed in the live sessions is that you people really love in-depth knowledge, you like interactions, you like innovations, and if you really like activity-based learning based on real life as well. So this is your one-stop solution for everything. Hey, you've taken it. Awesome. Correct, yeah. And you can try all this for say as low as rupees 199 only. If you like this one class, you can definitely go ahead, check out other packages as well. Great, good to see. The chat box right now is flooding with all the positive responses. That means you've tried this and you've liked this. एक ट्रायल तो बनता है. Correct. Good evening all of you. Awesome. Correct, and the best part is the two teacher advantage. You've seen our dual sessions, right? It's so interesting. You will get something really similar there as well. Hey Bhumi, whatever your queries are, you can definitely post it in the chat box. They'll be taken up by the team for sure. Muskan is giving loads and loads of thumbs up, so good to know. For the ones who've tried this and they've liked it, for the others, I think there is no harm in trying something once. Unless and until you try something, you'll never know what this is all about. So you've seen our live classes, you've really enjoyed our live classes. So my recommendation is go definitely try this out. Awesome, I can see loads of thumbs up. Now what are we going to do today? We'll be discussing questions based on all the topics from this chapter, chemical reactions and equations. Now to summarize, in a way, these are the topics that we have, right? We've got physical and chemical changes, balancing, combination, decomposition, displacement, double displacement, redox. So many topics we've covered. Today we'll just, mix the questions so that you actually have to use your mind to answer those questions. Exemplar, yes, exemplar questions would be there. I think exemplar actually offers indirect questions also. That is going to be really helpful from the exam point of view, from the board exam point of view. Let me ask you first if all of you are super confident about all these topics or not. If yes, let me know in the comment section and then we get started. Because I'll be waiting for your reply. सबसे पहले मैं wait करूँगी कि आप लोग reply करो. If you're able to arrive at the correct answer, well and good. If not, I'm definitely there to help you out. Yeah, I can see that. Great. A lot of you saying yes. So let's get started. I can see that yes, you people are super confident. And I'm going to get loads and loads of replies in today's class. Alright, so before we begin, quickly let me know if I'm perfectly audible or visible or not, and then we'll start solving. A quick good to go, and then we get started. फटाफट से कोई भी green signal दे दो. Just post a smiley and I'll understand. Awesome! So I can see the smileys, which means I'm perfectly audible, perfectly visible, everything is working fine. Thank you, Manasvi, for the smiley face out there. Yes, gamer. That's okay, Vivek. Hey, Bhumi, thank you. Alright, so the first question on your screen is right there. Which among the following are physical or chemical changes? Evaporation of petrol, burning of LPG, heating of an iron rod to red hot, curdling of milk, sublimation of solid ammonium chloride. We'll start with the first one. Evaporation of petrol. What do you think? Is this a physical change? Is this a chemical change? Now, I hope all of you have revised the chapter because today we've picked up questions from Exemplar. That means there might be indirect questions also. You can expect twisted questions as well. Part A, only for part A. I think a lot of you are going for physical. Yes, correct. So when we talk about evaporation of petrol, what is basically happening is liquid petrol is getting converted to the gaseous state. So there is a change in state that is happening. Liquid petrol is also petrol. In the gaseous state, it's still petrol. The compound is the same, right? So no new substance is being formed. So over here, the substance is remaining the same. No new substance is being formed. So yes, definitely we can say that this is a physical change. Well done. So it's a good start. Yeah. Correct. Hey Kuldeep, happy birthday. Okay, Muskan has already reached the second part. So we'll also quickly move on to the next one. The next part is burning of LPG. Now, what do you think this is? Is this a physical or a chemical change? Let's see. Chemical. Everybody's voting for chemical. Correct, correct, correct. See, when we talk about liquefied petroleum gas, so butane is basically, let's talk about butane here. It's getting converted to carbon dioxide if there is complete combustion happening, or carbon monoxide if incomplete combustion is happening. Nonetheless, you can see that a new substance is being formed. So yes, this new substance is actually indicating that it's a chemical change. Great. I like the speed at which you people are replying today. Next one, heating of an iron rod to red hot. Now answer this one. Third one. Pari is saying third is physical. Sheetal is also saying the same. Amulu is also saying the same. Muskan, Sneha, Vivek, Shitaya, Arun, Sheetal, Kamini, Rishabh. Oh, the chat just went up. All of you saying that it is a physical change. Yeah, correct. See, when we talk about heating of an iron rod, what is basically happening? Before heating also, it is iron. After heating also, it is now hot iron, but it's still iron, right? So no new substance is being formed and this is a physical change. Well done. I can definitely see you people have revised really well. Next one, curdling of milk. What about this one? What do you think? Is this a physical change or a chemical change? Let's try this one out. Quickly. Fourth one, Manasvi is voting for chemical. What about others? Great, awesome. You all are in the same team. Everybody is saying it's chemical and you're right actually. So milk is getting converted to curd. You can clearly see that a new substance is being formed. And therefore, it's a chemical change. Yes. Correct, correct, yes. All right, I can see you people have already posted for the fifth part as well. You people are super excited today. The chat box is just, it's just going up and up so quickly. Great, actually. Hey, Preeti, no problem. You can start answering from here. Sublimation. Hey Bhumi, in sublimation, a substance is basically getting converted directly from a solid to a gas without entering the liquid state. And I can see all of you voting for this being a physical change. So correct. Sublimation is definitely undergoing a physical change as no new substance is being formed. If you talk about solid ammonium chloride, then it's getting converted into the vapors, gaseous ammonium chloride. Correct. Yes. So physical change. So there you go. This is how you have to present your answer. We've just summarized all the parts for you. How many of you got all the 5 parts right, by the way? You can give me loads and loads of thumbs up to let me know about that. Yes, correct. Arush, absolutely right. Great. A lot of you got. I can see a lot of me in the chat. All right, okay. This one I could figure out that most of you got the answer right. Let's check out if you'll get the next one right or not. So the next question is, grapes hanging on the plant do not ferment, but after being plucked from the plant can be fermented. Under what conditions do these grapes ferment? Tell me any one condition if you know about it. Also, is it a physical or a chemical change? Let's see. Now you have to think a bit, right? Now you have to actually apply multiple, concepts together. A lot of you are voting for a chemical change. Okay. Anaerobic. Great. Yes. Absence of oxygen. Correct, guys. Absolutely right. Yes. So let's understand this. A lot of you are mentioning chemical change. Why exactly? Let's see. First of all, the first part of the question says, what are the conditions? Now, grapes, when they're attached to the plants, then they're obviously living, right? Therefore, obviously, their immune system will, in a way, prevent fermentation. But that's not the case with plucked grapes. Yeah? Yes, gamer, absolutely right. You can just post your name as well. Yeah, so fermentation basically it's the breakdown of a substance to release energy, in the absence of oxygen. Yes, I can see everyone is saying absence of oxygen. That's the first one. So, suitable conditions. First of all, anaerobic condition is there. Suitable temperature needs to be there. Enzymes need to be present. And that's how sugar is basically getting converted to alcohol. Correct, and that's why you people are saying it's a chemical change. As you can see that a new substance is being formed. I can see that. Yes, so there's a conversion of sugar into alcohol. New substances are being formed and therefore it's very safe to say that this is a chemical change. Now in the exam, if this question comes, this is how you have to present your answer. First of all, the first part of the question says mention the conditions. So you can mention the absence of oxygen, anaerobic condition, suitable temperature, presence of enzymes, and the second part, physical or chemical. Over here, you can mention that it's going to be a chemical change. It's clearly a new substance is being formed. Yes, alcohol is being formed. Awesome. So till now you've done pretty well. Let's move on and see what's the next question. Write a balanced chemical equation for each of the following reactions and classify them. Now the problem in this question is that initially you will just read the first part. Write a balanced chemical equation and you will forget to answer, classify them. This is, this happens in the exam. We tend to quickly read the question from the beginning and do not read it till the end. So let's not do this mistake because even after knowing the answer, we'll not write it and we'll lose marks, and that's the saddest thing to do ever. Okay, let's see what's the first part. Lead acetate solution is treated with dilute hydrochloric acid to form lead chloride and acetic acid solution. So, you've got lead acetate that's reacting with HCl to give you lead chloride and acetic acid solution. Now, what do you think? Is this equation that is right in front of you, what is the type? How can we classify them? Yes, so we'll also have a 2 over here. Now this equation is completely balanced. Yes. A lot of you are saying double displacement. Yeah, you can see the exchange of ions happening, right? No, Manraj. In case they're asking you to write, then you have to mention. Other than that, even if you just balance it, you'll get full marks. Hey, Vivek is also saying double displacement. So clearly, let's first recall the double displacement reaction. What happens in a double displacement reaction? There is exchange of ions taking place between the reactants. Right. Now, over here, this is like the general equation. AB plus CD is actually giving you AD plus CB. So ions are getting exchanged. Now in this equation as well, what you'll notice is that the ions are getting exchanged, and that's how we are getting lead chloride and we are getting acetic acid. So there you go. This is a double displacement reaction. By the way, in double displacement, it could have been a precipitation reaction. It could have been a neutralization reaction. What do you think? What type of double displacement reaction is this? Is it a neutralization one? Is it a precipitation one? Tell me about this. Let's see. It's double displacement. Good that you've identified that. Oh, I see. Gamer saying neutralization, Vivek saying precipitation, Jashwant saying precipitation, Amulu, Vivek, Preeti, Kamini. Everybody is voting for precipitation. Yeah, you can clearly see a white precipitate of lead chloride is being formed. So yes, this is very much a precipitation reaction. And you can actually, you remember downward arrow was used to depict formation of a PPT? Good. So yes, you've identified double displacement. In double displacement, you've further identified the type as precipitation reaction. Moving on to the next one now. A piece of sodium metal is added to absolute ethanol to form sodium ethoxide and hydrogen gas. Now, for this, the balanced chemical equation would be sodium that we have here plus ethanol. Okay, I'll just write this equation again. We'll just cut this here. We've got sodium and sodium is reacting with ethanol. So C2H5OH to give you C2H5ONA plus H2. Is this equation clearly visible to all of you? I hope I'm not hiding any text. Yeah, correct. Yes. So over here, I can see people have already started mentioning the type. Let's balance this too. This is going to be this and one H2. Alright, now in this question, clearly sodium is reacting with ethanol, right? What is happening? I see a lot of you saying displacement is happening. So yes, displacement is taking place and we get sodium ethoxide and hydrogen gas. So C2H5OH is nothing but CH3, CH2OH. So we've just, we've in a way just numbered the carbons together as C2, hydrogen as H5, this 3 and 2 adding to make it 5 and OH. Hey, great, you're the first one to answer. Now, as you people said, displacement reaction. So what happens in a displacement reaction? One element that is more reactive, that element actually takes the place of another element that is less reactive. Okay, so more reactive element reacting with, in a way, taking the place of less reactive element. This is happening. This replacement, displacement that is happening is actually nothing but displacement reaction. So A plus CD would give you AD plus C. Clearly in this you can see that A is going to be more reactive. It's taking the place of C. The same concept is being applied over here. So this is going to be sodium taking the place of hydrogen, right? So I'll make this 2 and I'll make this 2. Yeah, so There you go. This is going to be the final equation. This is displacement reaction. Yes, Preeti, I hope now it's fine. Yes. CH3COO minus. Good. Awesome. Alright, let's move on to the next part really quick and see how many of you can answer this one. You have to identify the type. Okay, I'm already helping you out with the equation. Iron oxide, that's Fe2O3, reacting with carbon monoxide, that's CO, and it's giving you solid iron, plus it's also giving you carbon dioxide. Come on, tell me, what is the type here? I really want you to keep thinking. You know, though, we've studied the types separately, right? Now it's the time to just, in a way, put all the information together. Hey, Keerti's already answered. Amalu, Vivek, Binala, you might want to rethink once. Hey, correct. You're landing on the correct answer slowly. Good. Awesome, all of you. So yes, it's redox. And what is happening in redox? What happens? Oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously. Let's check how is this redox. Now coming back to our equation, we see Fe2O3 plus CO giving us Fe and CO2. Clearly, Fe2O3 to Fe, what is happening? Oxygen is getting removed, so reduction is happening. And from CO to CO2, oxygen is getting added. So oxidation is taking place. Clearly, you can check that oxidation and reduction are taking place simultaneously, making this equation as redox reaction. Moving on to the next part now. Let's see what the next part is. So over here, we've got hydrogen sulfide gas, that is H2S. And that's reacting with oxygen. Now it's forming solid sulfur and H2O. What do you think? What's the type? Okay, I can see that, the answer is already out. Redox. So you guessed it for both the parts. Yes, Bhumi, we've done NCERT questions. Great. Yes. Yeah, I could understand that you've mentioned redox for both the parts. Good. Absolutely right, yes. Some of you are mentioning single displacement reaction. Why is that? How do you form chemical equation out of a statement? See, when you get a statement, it's in the form of, like, first converted to the word equation. Then from the word equation, just put the symbols, put the formula, you'll arrive at the correct equation. And then you just balance it and you'll get at the final answer. Okay. Summary of double displacement. Well, exchange of ions takes place when we talk about double displacement. And to know more about that, you have to go back, watch the session again. Good, awesome. Yes, so as you people are saying, from H2S to sulfur, what is happening? This time hydrogen is getting removed. So that is in a way oxidation, right? And O2 to H2O, oxygen is, in a way, hydrogen is getting added. Reduction. No wonder oxygen is the oxidizing agent, right? It's getting reduced, it's oxidizing others. So there you go, that's going to be the final answer. So the first one is a double displacement reaction, and this is the balanced equation for the same. The second is a displacement reaction, and this is going to be the balanced equation for the same. Moving on to the next part, redox reaction. This is the balanced equation, and the fourth one you people have guessed for both of them. Hey Kuldeep, how is that possible? How can I do it from here? Anyway, so yeah, there you go. That's the complete answer. Alright, first of all, I want to ask you one thing. How many of you are super confident that if I give you options, you will be able to actually answer in, say, just 5 seconds? I'll give you a question and I'll give you the options as well. MCQ based question करते हैं अब एक. But बहुत फटाफट से reply करना है, because I think when the options are there, ना, just one glance at the options and you know the answer then and there. Great. Okay, I see a lot of you are completely pepped up and charged up for this. So, the question is right in front of you. Electrolysis of water is a decomposition reaction. The mole ratio of hydrogen and oxygen gases liberated during electrolysis of water is 1:1, 2:1, 4:1 or 1:2. Preeti is the first one to answer. Then Kamini, Manasvi, Binila, Devika, Kirti, Amalu. Great, yaar. People didn't even take 5 seconds. Awesome. All of you are voting for the same option. Great, good to see that. I mean, I was just wondering that you'll probably take, say, 5 to 10 seconds. But you've answered like in less than 2 seconds. The moment I just, finished speaking all the options, I had a look at the chat box and the answers were right there. Hemlata thinks it's option C. So let's discuss this question for Hemlata. Yeah. Hey Rajdeep, how to subscribe? You just have to click on the subscribe button that's right there. Hey Muskan, the number of atoms of every element will be remaining same during a chemical reaction. Okay, so Hemlata, this one's for you. We are explaining this. Electrolysis of water is a decomposition reaction. When you talk about decomposition reaction, clearly see from this equation as well is going to be 2:1. Hydrogen is to oxygen is going to be 2:1. Yes, Taksh, that's going to be covered really soon. Don't worry about this. We know that's the most important chapter. We will be covering it pretty soon. All right. So, this brings us to the correct answer, which is option B. And all of you have voted for option B. Hemlata, I hope you've understood the answer now. So let Hemlata give me a thumbs up for this one and we move on. Hey Kalpana. Good to have you here. Yes, definitely. So Hemlata has said yes, ma'am. On this note, let's move on to another MCQ based question. So, jitni speed se ye wala answer kiya, let me see kya utni speed se you can answer the next one or not. Let's see if you can answer this next question as fast as you've answered this one. And the question is again having 4 options. Let's see what the question is. The question says the following reaction is used for the preparation of oxygen gas in the laboratory. So, you've got potassium chlorate in the presence of heat. It's in a way forming potassium chloride plus oxygen. So yes, preparation of oxygen. This is one of the ways. Which of the following statements are correct about the reaction? It's a decomposition reaction and endothermic in nature. It's a combination reaction. It's a decomposition reaction accompanied by the release of heat. Or it's a photochemical decomposition reaction and exothermic in nature. So 2 things. Exothermic again, endothermic and of course the type. I see a lot of you getting confused between A and C. So you've ruled out B and D. That's also good. That's a very, I think, wise way to solve MCQs, to answer MCQs, that you people are in a way eliminating the wrong options first. That's completely the right track. Good, awesome. I can see you people are narrowing down your options. A lot of you are voting for option A now. And yes, I completely agree that you people have answered this question as fast as you've answered the last one, question number 4. Everybody is saying. Manraj, what's Q? Okay, you want to write A, I think. Gamer says A with 2 smiley faces. Correct. Okay, Vivek is giving all of you thumbs up that yes, you people are right. Kirti says it's C. So let's solve this one for Kirti then. Okay, let's look at this equation first. I think, looking at the equation, you can clearly see that there is only one reactant. And it's giving you multiple products. So decomposition is taking place. You've got a complicated reactant. It's breaking up in the presence, breaking into 2 very simpler products. Yeah, so such reactions are known as decomposition reactions. So in a way, you have solved the first part of the question. But don't stop here because there is a second part as well. So decomposition reaction is taking place wherein we've got a single reactant giving us two or more products. And this is actually happening in the presence of heat. So we can call it thermal decomposition. Hey Utsav. Now, heat is required for this reaction, isn't it? So, in a way, we can definitely say that heat is being absorbed. It's required, it's needed, therefore it is endothermic in nature. Correct, yes. See, breaking, in a way, the reactant is breaking. If I have to break this stylus, I need some energy. I need some force, right? Correct, yeah. So you really don't need to mug up. Just, apply your normal common sense and you will arrive at the correct answer. Yes, using heat. So this brings us to the correct answer. That is option A. It's decomposition reaction. It's endothermic in nature. Why? Because energy is required. Heat is required. I think, Kirti, that's why you got confused with the C part. Because you thought that heat is being released. It's exothermic. I told you, easy way to remember. For endo, just remember that heat is entering. For exo, just remember that the heat is exiting. No, it's not combination. It's decomposition. Alright. I see that a lot of you are really quick in answering even the questions that have been picked up from exemplar. Now the benefit of doing that is when we pick up questions from the exemplar, they're not direct questions. You have to think, right? And if you're able to solve these, which means that no matter what questions are going to come in your board exam, you will be able to tackle. Okay, Tanishi, noted. Moving on to the next question now. Hey, another interesting one. Ferrous sulfate decomposes with the evolution of a gas having a characteristic odor of burning sulfur. So you've got ferrous sulfate. Okay, noted. Write the chemical reaction involved and identify the type of reaction as well. We all are superb. Correct. Great. Gamer is saying we all are superb. Hemlata is saying thank you. Awesome. Yeah, that positive mindset is really required. Positive self-talk. You people are applying it. Great. Okay. What do we have to do? Write the chemical reaction involved and identify the type. So let's get started. I'll help you halfway through and the rest half you will solve. So let me give you the equation. Now where ferrous sulfate in the presence of heat. Heat is basically required. It's absorbed in this reaction. It's forming ferric oxide and you can see the gases evolved are a mixture of sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. Now both of them have the smell of burning sulfur. So yes, this is going to be the equation for the same. Great. Good to read that you people have, in a way, identified the type so quickly that before I could actually write the equation, you've written the type. That means you knew the equation as well. Yes, Benila. Decomposition. So, even if you've made a mistake in the last question, you have, in a way, rectified it so quickly that you are giving the correct answer for this one. Now, clearly, heat is basically being used to break ferrous sulfate, a single reactant that we have, into multiple simpler products. Just like what happens in decomposition reaction. But we would definitely want you to write thermal decomposition reaction. The reason being they have mentioned heat over here. So they have in a way given you the hint in the question itself that yes, it's a decomposition reaction, but what is the type of decomposition reaction? It's thermal decomposition reaction. Yes, Madhusmita, correct. Alright, so this is how you have to present your answer. You can mention the equation and you can mention the type, that is thermal decomposition reaction. Let's move on to the next question. Are you all super excited to solve the next one? I think the best part is you don't know what the next question is. Yeah, absolutely. Great. Okay, So the next question is pretty simple. I want all of you to quickly type the answer. Why do we store silver chloride in dark colored bottles? We've discussed this. And this really comes as a one marker a lot of times in the exam. This question is mostly there in some set or the other. Why do we store silver chloride in dark bottles? Hey, gamer is the first one to answer. Kamini, Binila, Kirti, Manasvi, Amulu, Vinanti, Devika, Vivek, Saurabh. Hey Saurabh, Preeti, Arush, Drupad, Suman, Muskan, and I think the list will go on and on. Yes, Neha. Correct. Yes, you all are right. You all, I think you've observed this happening. That basically, why are they being stored in dark bottles? Away from sunlight. Why is that happening? Because otherwise, what's going to happen in the presence of sunlight? They would actually decompose. Silver compounds would actually decompose. So if you've got AgCl, for example, silver chloride, that's initially white in color. It will decompose and it will form silver and chlorine. And now silver would be grayish silverish in color. Yeah. Yes, Arush, absolutely right. Photography. Great. Black and white photography. Yes, you're right. So there you go. They are basically being stored in dark bottles so that they can actually block sunlight. The sunlight would be blocked, right? And this would prevent their decomposition. So they would not decompose and the compound will remain intact. Now in the exam, if this question comes, you have to mention that silver chloride decomposes into silver and chlorine whenever it's being exposed to sunlight. Now if you want to, in a way, prevent this, you have to interrupt the path of light. And for that, of course, the bottles are dark colored. Now this way the light will not be able to reach silver chloride and the chances of decomposition are reduced or they can be prevented as well. Hey Hemlata, if there is a silver compound that can decompose in the presence of sunlight. Now if the bottle is dark, obviously this could be prevented. Preeti is saying next question because she's super excited to solve the next one. Great. Awesome. Good to know that. And okay, next is again an MCQ. Yes, a really interesting one this time. अच्छा चलो प्रॉमिस करो मुझे बताओ कितनी देर में आंसर कर दोगे नेक्स्ट वाला like right now you cannot even see the question. Random thing I'm asking. Irrespective of the question, what do you think you will be able to answer in how many seconds? 2 seconds. A lot of you are saying 2 seconds. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. 110 seconds. Who is this saying 110 seconds? Preeti is saying as soon as it appears. Within 10 seconds. Realistic answer. Munazir is saying point. I don't know how many zeros are there. 1 second. अच्छा. कृतिका से 0 सेकंड. तो ऐसा करते हैं कृतिका से अभी पूछते हैं. What is the solution then? Good evening, Virat. Hey Virat. 1 millisecond. You people seem really confident. चलो देखते हैं कि जो 0.0001 सेकंड बोल रहे हैं वो एक्चुअली उतने में देंगे आंसर कि नहीं देंगे. Arush has given the apt answer. 1 second for thinking, 4 seconds for typing. Great. Realistic answer. Chalo. Let's move on to the next question now. Which of the following are combination reactions? So you can see 4 reactions on the screen. KClO3 giving you KCl plus O2. MgO plus H2O giving you MgOH whole twice. Al plus O2 giving you Al2O3. Zn plus FeSO4 giving you ZnSO4 plus Fe. पोटेशियम क्लोरेट है, मैग्नीशियम ऑक्साइड प्लस वाटर है, एल्यूमिनियम प्लस ऑक्सीजन है, जिंक प्लस फेरस सल्फेट. कॉम्बिनेशन रिएक्शंस. थिंक अबाउट दिस वन. ये मिक्स ऑफ आंसर्स कमिंग इन. सो ये तो सही बोला आपने दैट वील आंसर रियली क्विक, बट इट हैज टू बी करेक्ट आल्सो. I see a mix of C and D. So nobody is voting for A and B. A and B can be ruled out, I think, because nobody is saying it's A or B. Everybody is saying it's C or D. What is your final answer? I'll log that answer only. Give me one final answer. C, D, C, D, 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 D. A lot of you are saying D, but I can see C's in between as well. Hey, I saw somebody write about D for sure. D for sure. Okay. Great. Okay. Let's see why are we getting confused with option C. Now, when we talk about combination reactions, we just have to see that a single product would be formed because it's all the reactants, simple reactants are combining to give you one product, right? So we'll get two or more reactants to give us a single product. Just look at the product side. In the first option, you see two products, rule that out. Second one, you see one product, we'll consider this one, okay? Third, you see one product, we'll consider this also. Fourth, you see two products. Now come back to the second and third equation. You see multiple reactants giving you one product. So yes, there you go. Magnesium oxide plus water giving you magnesium hydroxide and aluminium plus oxygen giving you aluminium oxide. Two reactants giving you single product. And as Preeti said, lock option D. That was the correct answer. Big smiley. Kalpana is saying everybody's a genius out there. Hey Kailash, we've already discussed how to balance chemical equations. You can always go back, watch the session. We've also shared a shortcut on how to balance. Hey, by the way, how many saw that video wherein we gave a shortcut? ABCD shortcut. You know, that's a wonderful video. You can always go back, watch it. Within, I think, 30 seconds, you'll be able to balance any chemical equation. So yes, do check that out. Yes, it's there on the channel. It's there on the YouTube channel. You can definitely see. Vivek has seen it. Awesome. Great. All right. So, if you were able to solve all the questions, quickly like this video and give me a thumbs up over here. Let me see. Let me see how many likes do I get on this video. This will tell me that, okay, you were able to solve it. At the same time, I want a thumbs up over here as well. Muskan has got a lot of them right. Hey, Munazi, did you not get the questions right? Great. Awesome. Good to see so many thumbs up, so many dabs, so many victory signs, heart signs, smiley faces. Kritika did not get all of them right. That's okay. I hope you've understood all the questions. Hey, Kalpana. Okay. Kritika got alternate questions right because there's a thumbs up and there's a thumbs down. Awesome. Devika is showing all victory signs. Good. By the way, I hope all of you are there on Telegram as well. Because all the session updates, everything, starting from the PDF to all the homework questions, interesting questions, revision questions, to the amazing facts, everything is being uploaded over there. Yes. Binila has joined Telegram. So Binila can definitely leave her, feedback over there and all of you can read it too. Yeah, absolutely. So everything is being sorted for you over there. Good to know that you have joined. Absolutely right. Hey Kailash. It could be, silverish grey or greyish silver, I would say. Good to know that, all of you. All right. So yes, we've got you covered, guys. We'll keep bringing a lot of practice questions for you because we understand that, it's practice that's going to make you perfect. You've got the knowledge by now. You have, in a way, you've gone through all the NCERT questions. Now you need exposure of a variety of questions. And don't worry, we are here to make sure that you ace your board exam. And if you're liking how we teach here, if you're liking what we teach here, this is something that is meant for you. You know about Byju's, you know about the app, you know about the classes. So go check this out. The link is in the description box. Towards the beginning, I saw many of you write really positive things about this. The ones who've tried. For others, if you've not tried, just try out one class for rupees 199 only and you will see the difference. You will see how your conceptual knowledge actually increases by doing that. How you're able to understand the concept in a way better manner. So if you like it, go ahead. If you don't like it, then that's completely up to you. But एक trial तो बिल्कुल बनता है. A lot of you are saying Menti quiz. Okay, so whatever you need from us, you know what to do. Keep posting that in the chat box and we'll definitely pick that up. So in the last class, somebody said that, okay, now we've solved the NCERT questions, we want the exemplar questions. And see, we worked on that. We are here right in front of you with the exemplar questions. Yeah, correct. All right. I hope you've liked this video, by the way, because it feels really nice when all of you encourage us as well. So quickly like this video, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends about this as well. I think the more the better. If your friends would also be here, they can also participate and we would actually see, is it you who's answering the question first or is it your friends answering it first? And of course, don't forget to hit the bell icon. Yes, definitely we'll be back with more questions. Alright guys, thank you so much for a lovely class. Keep practicing, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next session. Take care, bye-bye.